Hello! People often ask us what benefits linear encoders can provide to a machine tool. Well, there are many benefits, including accuracy and repeatability improvements, but one of the most important benefits comes down to the way in which they allow a machine to deal with one of the biggest enemies of metrology: heat. In the vast majority of machine tools, linear axis movement is driven by a ball screw. That ball screw does a very effective job of converting rotary motion into linear movement. The rotation of the ball screw is measured by a rotary encoder on the back of the servo motor, counting the number of rotations and providing high-resolution angle measurement within the rotation. The accuracy of linear movement is a combination of the accuracy of that rotary encoder and the accuracy of the grinding of the ball screw. In both cases, those are very impressive. So for some machining jobs, the performance of the motor and the ball screw is good enough. So why would somebody spend a lot of money to select the linear scale option when they buy a machine tool? Let's take a deeper look. It takes a lot of force to move a machine tool axis. For higher loads and fast accelerations, more force is required. All of this adds heat into the ball screw. Let's see this in action. Here we are at a machine that's cold. As you can see, the ball screw is about the same temperature as the background reading of the machine. Now let's run the machine and mill a simple part. We can see the amount of heat that's been generated in the ball screw, and that's just from making one part. Not only has the ball screw heated up, but you can see that the heat isn't uniformly spread across it. That makes temperature compensation estimations really difficult. Let's machine some more parts. Now let's see the temperature of the ball screw. It's much hotter than it was before, and it's still not a uniform spread of heat. So why does this matter? Put simply, heat is the enemy of metrology. This is a very good machine tool, so these ball screws are very accurately ground. But even if they were absolutely perfect with zero error, the heat causes them to grow, and there's no getting away from that. On a 0.6 meter axis, which is slightly under 2 feet, a change in temperature of only 20 degrees Celsius in the ball screw will cause it to grow by 120 microns, which is just under 5 thou. To really get into the details, let's see how that looks when we take laser calibration measurements. To keep it simple, I'm going to measure just one axis. All of these tests are carried out with all machine compensation switched off, so all the data is raw and unfiltered. The calibration standard is a Renishaw XL80 laser with XC80 environmental compensator. The axis is configured so that we can operate using just the ball screw and servo motor encoder, also known as a semi-closed servo loop, or we can operate it with the linear encoder feedback added to the position loop, known as a full closed servo loop. The first measurement runs are taken on a cold machine. As can be expected, the result with linear encoders enabled is considerably more accurate, but that's not the aim of this test. This axis would achieve good accuracy without linear encoders enabled if it was error mapped. These are our baseline test results. The next measurements are taken after the first part is cut, and this is where the heat in the ball screw starts to affect the results. When the linear encoders are switched off, the accuracy of the axis has changed by approximately 15 microns from the first semi-closed loop cold run. However, with the linear encoders switched on, the axis accuracy is very similar to the first full closed loop cold run. Next, the machine is run through a series of moves, simulating the manufacture of a batch of 50 parts. The program contains a lot of rapid moves, so the machine is being run really hard. As could be seen from the thermal imaging camera, this adds a lot of heat into the ball screw, and the effects show clearly in the laser test results. Without linear encoder feedback, a significant slope error of approximately 120 microns is now evident. With the linear encoder switched on, errors are kept in check, with accuracy maintained within 15 microns. The machine is then allowed to rest for a period of 15 minutes and the laser test is repeated. Some of the heat has dissipated from the ball screw, so in the accuracy plot without linear encoders, the slope is now approximately 80 microns. With the linear encoder switched on, the accuracy is about 10 microns. As you can see, using linear encoders helps to improve the machine accuracy, even during thermal changes. Even with the very best and most accurate ball screws in the world, the laws of physics still mean that using the same component to provide mechanical drive and metrology will never be as good. That said, linear encoders are not for everyone. There are plenty of CNC machines that are being used for tasks that will be accomplished without the use of linear encoders. In fact, there are plenty of CNC machines within Renishaw's own machine shops that are running without linear encoder feedback, because that's what's required for those tasks. We use linear encoders on machines where they are required. Put simply, to get to the peak of machining precision, linear encoders are essential. As an example, take a look at this part that was produced on a Kitamura machine tool running Fortis linear encoders at the EMO 2023 exhibition. Those needles are 60 microns in diameter, and look how perfect they are. This is a beautiful demonstration of what can be achieved when Fortis linear encoders are used on a high precision machine tool, even when that machine is at an exhibition with an imperfect floor and with wide temperature variations. An important truth is that linear encoders cannot make a bad machine good. They can only make a good machine better. The laser calibration results we have just seen are so good because the machine under test is well designed and carefully built. The fundamentals of mechanical accuracy are just as important when linear encoders are being used, perhaps even more so, because the final accuracy will highlight any distortions and imperfections in the machine structure. To summarize, the applications where machine users often specify linear encoders are those where thermal stability is most important. These include machines aiming for the highest accuracy, machining of large parts, especially with long cycle times, machining of expensive materials, machines that apply many processes such as transfer machines, machining of large batches, including lights-out manufacturing. The use of linear encoders can help machine builders achieve the best accuracy and improve thermal stability, but they are one of many steps that must be taken. For machine users, the use of linear encoders can be part of the process foundation in the productive process pyramid that helps tackle process variation. Thanks for watching.